Majority of the people they were not aware of what a RAM or a RAM officer is. And it's a very fascinating job to be around the aircraft itself. Even to be able to touch the aircraft body itself is already something that is interesting to people.
People would say that being a doctor, lawyer, or even pilots, those are good professions, right? I don't think we have to conform to what the society wants us to be, because after all, it is us who will put food on the table.
The Kuching International Airport is one of the busiest airports on the island of Borneo, seeing almost 6 million passenger movements in 2022 alone. It is a connecting gateway to international cities like Singapore and Jakarta. To operate an airport of this size, round-the-clock coordinated effort between ground personnel is needed to make sure every flight takes off on time and safely. And among them, hidden far behind the check-in counters and luggage carousel, a vital role often goes unnoticed: the ramp officer. Meet Hafiz, one of the ramp officers at Kuching International Airport. Hafiz will be taking us along to work today to give us a first-hand look at a day in the life of a ramp officer.
Majority of the people they were not aware of what a RAM or a RAM officer is. So it's kind of interesting when you describe to people what we do around the aircraft. Especially people think that it's kind of interesting, and it's a very fascinating job to be around the aircraft itself. Even the fact that to be able to touch the aircraft body itself is already something that is interesting to people.
Airports have two operational areas: the land side and the air side. The land side is accessible to the public, with check-in desks, ground transportation, and shops, while the air side is restricted to passengers, beyond border control, and encompasses areas around the aircraft. Ramp officers' roles are restricted to the air side, specifically on the airport apron. But Hafiz hasn't always been out on the tarmac. In fact, he started out in 2017 as a customer service officer, checking in and aiding passengers on the land side.
I was not aware what a RAM officer was and what RAM is, because when I applied for this job, initially I wanted to become a customer services officer, which is to deal with passengers. But then when we came in, and then 25 of us back in 2017, we were divided into departments, and I was one of the selected few. And I think maybe the company saw the potential in me, so they appointed me as one of the RAM officers. So that's how I became a RAM officer. And so the love grew over there.
Ramp officers can usually be seen from the departure terminal windows or aircraft portholes, loading and unloading baggage. But their job involves more than just heavy lifting. They are also critical in ensuring the safety of every flight. So what exactly does a ramp officer do?
Besides monitoring loading activities, we also communicate with pilots. And that is to ensure the smoothness and also to ensure safety during pushback activity when everything is done before the aircraft taxis out. But I try to make a point to educate my friends or anyone else who wonders what I'm doing as a RAM officer, to correct the misconception that airline industry is just about pilots and cabin crew. I try to tell people that behind that, we are a huge team actually, a huge team working together to ensure the safety of the passengers, to make sure that they arrive safely to their destination on time.
The apron refers to the area of the airport where the aircrafts are parked, refueled, and maintained. It is a high security area where only authorized personnel are permitted to enter. Those entering and exiting the apron are required to go through a security check. Even long-term employees like Hafiz are not exempted from the screening.
It's not like every day you can go to the aircraft area, right? So I take it as a privilege actually to be around the aircraft, because after all, the aircraft site is a very sensitive area. So it gives you the sense of pride, and then at the same time, that excitement of being around the aircraft site.
One of the most hazardous and dangerous areas at the airport is the apron. Working in such proximity to the aircraft involves being exposed to high temperatures and air pressure generated by the engines. For ramp officers, the most conspicuous threat is noise pollution. According to the World Health Organization, noise exposure levels above 85 decibels for any length of time is considered harmful and cause immediate damage at 120 decibels. The aircraft engines alone can exceed 140 decibels during takeoff. During ground handling, its air conditioning unit and ground power unit remain functioning and produce an output of up to 109 decibels. Combined with the heavy vehicles and tractors moving up and down the tarmac, the noise is unceasing. Staff members are required to wear earmuffs to protect themselves from the incessant noise and risk of noise-induced hearing loss.
Among the challenges are working in a very high-risk area, because after all, we are dealing with moving aircrafts, and we have engine hazards, and then of course right now, what you can hear is noise pollution, right? Of course, hearing difficulties is something that we are supposed to be wary of.
Our companies, they provide us with personal protective equipment like earmuffs, safety vests, earplugs, all those stuff, right? I mean, it was meant for you to take care of yourself.
Hafiz is a ramp officer at the Kuching International Airport. Since entering the aviation industry in 2017, his passion for his work has only continued to grow.
When I applied for the job, what I had in mind was I would be moving around a lot. And I like the idea of moving around a lot actually, because I'm not someone who enjoys being bound to the desk. I'm not into things like paperwork, all those kind of stuff, documentations. I like myself being actively moving around. Like right now, when I find myself walking around the aircraft, I would say that's even better.
Besides loading and unloading dead loads from aircrafts, ramp officers also have to ensure that the tarmac is clear of FOD, or foreign object debris. A FOD walk is carried out routinely, whereby ramp officers line up in a row and walk in a coordinated manner along the ramp, taxiways, and apron to collect and dispose of foreign objects. Aircraft engines are extremely powerful and also incredibly sensitive.
Like before the arrival and also the departure of aircrafts, it is also our role to ensure that the tarmac is free from any foreign object debris. So this is done by carrying out FOD walk. FOD means foreign object debris. There are the dangers of ignoring this from your checklist, because even a single strip of metal can cause a catastrophic damage to the aircraft, and who knows what will happen with an aircraft with that kind of compromise.
At 2:30 p.m., a flight arrives from Muka. Hafiz and his team get to work. In addition to working with larger Airbus and Boeing aircrafts, ramp officers also attend to smaller commercial aircrafts like the ATR and Twin Otter. On the ATR aircraft, typically used for flights between Kuching and Muka, marshalling the arriving plane is necessary to ensure the pilot parks it at its designated spot. At the Kuching International Airport, the job of marshalling the ATR and Twin Otter falls to the ramp officers. Airport ground staff working on the tarmac need to be highly disciplined and alert. They must have the physical endurance to work under extreme temperatures.
The most important thing is in the industry is to ensure safety. All right. And right now, like it or not, we are dealing with many people, right? Including the ones that we are working with within our team. So complying fully to the SOP it forms some sort of a discipline within you. So, I mean, to develop that within all of us, it will be quite a challenge.
Commercial aircraft jet engines can reach temperatures as high as 1700 degrees Celsius. And even with the engines turned off, high temperatures and heat dissipation from the exhaust still pose a hazard. In Kuching, the tropical weather also brings about extreme heat.
So it is definitely a challenge, especially during, like right now, I think haze is coming in and we are dealing with hot weather, right? It is definitely a challenge and you have to make sure that you are well hydrated and then not to expose yourself too much under the sunlight. So that is definitely a challenge.
And other times, torrential downpours.
And it will be a different case if you are working during rainy season, which means you have to grab your raincoats every time. If there is lightning during our loading activity, we are instructed to put our operation on halt before we can proceed with our activities at all.
Like other departments in the airport, Hafiz and the ramp officers work in shifts, and their rosters change weekly. A shift could start as early as 4:30 am or as late as 3 p.m.
Like let's say right now in Kuching, the aircraft departs as early as 5:40. So which means you have to be at the aircraft as early as 3:30 for check-in staff, and for us ramp officers, we should report as early as 4:30. And then the last flight will be coming in at 11 p.m. So which means your shift will end at 12 midnight. So with that different reporting time, for lack of better word, I would say that it's kind of challenging because first of all, it affects your sleeping schedule, of course. You really have to adjust your sleeping schedule based on those rosters. You really have to manage your time, you really have to manage your daily life schedule.
The irregular working hours also mean Hafiz has limited time with his family, working on public holidays and missing out on festivities like Hari Raya.
It gives you that kind of, the sense of being far from home actually, because you are spending most of your time at work. So it's definitely going to make you feel that you have lesser time with your family. So sometimes rather than bringing my family for an outing, sometimes we would just rather be at home, just spending time together, just doing normal stuff like any other family.
But today is a rare occurrence. It's Hari Raya Haji, and also Hafiz's off day, which means he can celebrate and spend the day with his family. Other times, Hafiz can often be found listening to another kind of sound aside from engine exhaust at a music studio. Outside the airport, Hafiz leads a double life as a musician. He has kept his passion for music since he fell in love with it at the age of 12.
So music comes naturally actually, I think like anybody else. But I think it started to grow on me when I was 12 years old. And that was back in 1998 when I was in primary 6. I think it was due to the exposure from my friends. But it was some sort of a revelation actually. It inspired me to wanting to have my own instrument. But I got my own instrument, I can tell you the exact date of it. That was on the 24th of August 2000. It was around 6 p.m. Just got back from school, and my dad drove me to Kuching Plaza at the time. We have Lee's Music Center, right? So he brought me to Lee's Music Center for my first guitar. That was a birthday present actually. But yeah, that was a sign of love. I can tell it was a sign of love actually when I got my first one. That was very meaningful. I really wish I still have it now, yeah, but it's an old guitar. I was very much into arts generally, because sometimes, let's say if I don't draw, I would write stuff, and I find leisure and pleasure in writing down stuff. I like to rearrange words, sort of. So, and then music, of course.
When we come back from the break, we follow Hafiz to the studio and see what he does outside of work. We are at the Net Music production studio located in Metro City, where airport ramp officer Hafiz moonlights as a musician during his downtime. It is after a long day at work, and Hafiz has come to the studio to work on a project with music producer Adep.
Music is what drives me and what motivates me. It is what colors my daily life. I could say that.
It's mostly an extension of the feelings that you have at the time. There are feelings that you can't describe by words, right? So that feelings, it flows through the music. That is how I would describe it.
Kadang kita perlu tak yang boleh stop dia. Stop kita cari musik. Mana yang sesuai. Oh macam ni lah. Dia link dia gam dia. Dia gam dia.
I would find myself going home from work and then preparing myself and then having a meal and then head to the studio.
Sometimes Adep would see me taking a nap for maybe half an hour before I continue doing my work.
I mean, being at the studio after that would take like 5 to 6 hours. So it's definitely tiring actually, but it's satisfying as well. When it turns out like what you planned, or maybe even better than what you have planned, so that gives you that kind of fulfilling, that achievement. So that's why I said, although it's very tiring, but you can't beat the fulfillment out of it.
Music producer Adep also has a story of his own to tell. His music career came from humble beginnings as a motorcycle repairman.
Sebelum tu kita memang full time kita buat bengkel, tapi lebih ke motorcycle punya juga tu. Lepas tu kita kahwin, ada modal sikit, kita invest beli PA system. Tapi permulaan untuk terjun ke bahagian rakaman tu, kita beli basic punya interface yang buat channel kan. Kita rekod waktu tu dengan house punya speaker. House punya speaker 15 inci kan. Yang ni 5 inci rasanya, 5 inci waktu tu. Tapi perasaan kita nak, kalau dapat rakaman, buat rakaman macam best ni. Tapi monitor dengan 15 inci. Pasal dalam bilik kecil lagi dia ni lah, kecil. Tapi itu adalah proses je lah. Proses memang kita rasa waktu tu kita orang kata excited, jadi kita buat. Tapi pandangan orang waktu tu kita faham lah, sama ada jiran, sama ada family, sama ada orang terdekat. Dia pandang apa yang dia orang buat ni, apa tu bukan buat selalu, tapi kita ada satu something kita rasa minat. Itu yang sampai ke hari ni semua atas akarnya minat lah sampai ke hari ni lah.
Together with Hafiz, they have released several featured works and made numerous appearances in music videos. For Hafiz, music is a passion and love that has endured the change of time. His job, however, is his calling. The excitement and responsibility, Hafiz carries them with pride.
People would say that being a doctor, lawyer, or even pilots, those are good professions, right? And I don't think we have that responsibility to conform to what the society wants us to be, because after all, it is on us to feed our family actually, and it is us who will put food on the table. I've met people with 40 years of experience in the industry ever since the Kuching International Airport opened in 1981, if I'm not mistaken. So they've been working since then. So they are retiring soon. So what does that say about them, right? So I'm very sure that they love their jobs and they have the passion for it. So that was what drove them until their retirement date.
Hafiz's attributes his enduring motivation at work to his personal philosophy.
It's so important to live your life and to do the things that you love to do. It depends on us actually. Society can say anything. It's you to live your own life.
Next week, in our second episode, we head into the Matang Wildlife Centre with Abdul Syamil to learn about the exhilarating life of a park ranger.